It seems like every 1 to 2 years, we get a random weapon of choice that causes legendary damage. The Mike's Hard Lemonade can. He called that man a slur word, so that man put him on his ass. Had the world going crazy. The folding chair, going stone cold Steve Austin out there in Birmingham, not giving a damn. That was the day when we put an end to the rumor that black people can't swim. Legendary. And now we have the Pringles can. And this story really doesn't have any heroic value to it, more like crackhead energy. But it's entertaining, and that makes it legendary. And the reason why I say crackhead energy is because this happened at a 7-Eleven. And if you know anything about 7-Elevens, then you know that 7-Elevens are crackhead playgrounds for crackheads to do crackhead things. They got Facebook groups where people are discussing the 7-Eleven crackhead. Check out the caption on this photo. Me being scared to walk past the crackhead in front of the 7-Eleven. Y'all want a free-spirited girl until she dance battle a crackhead at the 7-Eleven. I see the local crackheads are at it again, stealing from the 7-Eleven on Thompson Road in a white Cougar. And they can't drive worth a damn. And that's all the proof you really need to know. Hey, when you at them 7-Elevens, be on your P's and Q's. You better play it safe and shop at a goddamn Wawa. Now this young lady right here, she look like life been kicking her ass. If you round here doing permanent damage with a Pringles can, oh yeah, you going through some things. Everything about them stone cold eyes tell me this. All I do is make bad choices. But involving a Pringles can with that bad choice is a whole new level of insanity. A woman was recently arrested in Florida after attacking a man with a can of Pringles and possibly causing him permanent disfigurement. As I pulled up to the 7-Eleven, there was a guy sitting outside, and as I got out the car, he said something underneath his breath. So I ignored him and walked into the 7-Eleven. As I was standing in line, there was a young lady in front of me talking to the cashier. She seemed like she'd been drinking, so she stood to the side, and as I was about to pay for my drink, I asked the young lady if she knew the guy outside. And that's where you messed up at. Because why would you ask somebody that looks like they've been doing crack for the past 10 years anything? Get your drink and keep it moving, dawg. The victim told police that the young lady turned around and hit him in the eye and above his eye with a Pringles chip can and split his eyebrow. A 7-Eleven employee subsequently vouched for the victim's version. A male customer got hit in the head by a can of Pringles. All the guy was doing was informing me of another male customer that was laying down on the side of the building. The female called the guy a and whacked him with the Pringles, which literally went flying down the aisles. The male customer's eyebrow was split wide open. The deputy said the defendant was eventually found with a can of Pringles on her person. He asked her if she paid for that can of Pringles. She allegedly replied that she was unsure. Oh yeah, she stole that. Like, come on now. If you see somebody that looks like this walk inside of a 7-Eleven, do you really think they have honest intentions? Hell nah. This man is probably married with kids. How the hell is he gonna go home and tell his wife and kids that he was assaulted with a Pringles can by a foot dragger? I used to live in Orlando for 5 years, and there's a 7-Eleven on every corner. And every time I went to 7-Eleven, I knew if they sitting outside and looking like they ain't got nowhere to go, don't talk to them. But one time I was at a 7-Eleven, and this random dude that looked like he was strung out on Molly decided to walk up and have a conversation with me. So I told him, I was like, hey bro, before we continue this conversation, I don't got no money. Now, do you still want to talk to me? He walked away. I didn't know why old girl got mad because old boy was messing up their hustle. For some reason, they got this scheme going around in Orlando where the girl, she'll walk around the store asking everybody for money, and the dude, he in the background protecting her. And then once she get enough money, she get a dude all the money because the dude know where to get the drugs. And she own the drugs, but she don't know where to get the drugs. And the place there is to get the drugs is apparently too dangerous for her. So old boy, he uses that as his leverage. He know exactly where to get the drugs, and it's not dangerous for him at all to get the drugs. So he's taking advantage of the fact that she's vulnerable and not street savvy. He getting free money, he getting high for free, and he slapping skins every now and again. He living that street life. Not really that street life, more like the life of a man that's stuck out on the streets, that doesn't have a home to go to. I ain't gonna lie to you, I actually got before at a 7-Eleven. You know, I'm walking up to the 7-Eleven. There was this young lady, you know, just sitting in front of the 7-Eleven. She asked me for a couple of dollars. She gave me a little sorrow story. So I gave her a couple of dollars. Next thing I know, some random dude came out of the background like, I appreciate that, bro. What? When you really understand what's going on, you'll go to a 7-Eleven and you're gonna see some random raggedy dude sitting down on the side of the store, and you're gonna see some girl just walking around asking for money. You gon' see it. Crazy thing about it was, when I went to Virginia, I went to a 7-Eleven at Virginia. And guess what? It was the same damn thing. I felt like I was in Florida. I hate to be the guy that brings race into this situation, but most of the time, it was a white girl and a black dude. And real talk, how in the hell is these Negroes finding all these vulnerable white girls that have a hard time finding their own drugs?